Greetings, my name is Monty Martin.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin.
And we are the Dungeon Dudes. And we need your help.
So many people have been asking us to make videos about the various subclass options in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. And we've decided to take this task on in our own unique way.
We are going to be going through, in the next couple of weeks and months, every single class in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and rating and ranking all of the various subclasses available to each class, from the very top tier and the best of the best to the less so great and super situational subclass options that are available to each of them.
Monty and I have debated long and hard about our options and opinions on this matter, but we want to hear from you what you think the best and worst subclasses are for each class in Dungeons & Dragons. So we have included links in the description of this video that will allow you to rate and rank all of the subclasses. We will then be collecting this information and taking it into deep consideration for our upcoming videos.
We're really excited to hear from you what you think are the top tier subclasses in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. But we also wanted to give you a little bit of a breakdown about how Kelly and I are going to go about ranking the various subclasses in D&D 5e. We're going to rank them S, A, B, C, and D. We honestly don't feel that there are any truly F-tier subclasses in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, but if you do think so, please let us know in the comments.
The next thing to keep in mind is that we are looking at the mechanics of the subclass, not the flavor. We truly believe that every subclass can be role-played really, really well and be a lot of fun in the hands of the right player. But we want to talk about the mechanics and how it works within the class that it's part of.
How well a class is to roleplay is really, really subjective, and it's actually kind of independent of the mechanical options of the subclass. Although one of the things that we might consider is how well the mechanics reflect the flavor that the subclass is going for, but we're not going to be ranking the subclasses based on their conceptual strengths or on their role-playing perspective, because ultimately we think all the classes are equal from a role-playing perspective, and because they're all equal, this is not a metric that we can use to differentiate them.
We are going to be taking multiclassing into consideration when we're looking at these subclasses, but it's not the primary thing we're looking at.
Also, we are ranking the subclasses relative to their own class, not across all the classes equally. So each subclass will be examined within context of the other subclasses available to that class, but not compared to the subclasses available to other classes.
So let's break down what we're looking for out of each class, starting with our S tier.
So when we consider a subclass S tier, we consider that a subclass that offers game-changing features which enhance the base class in powerful and broadly applicable ways. With S tier subclasses, it's very hard not to choose them when you're making a character of this class.
When we talk about the A tier, we're looking for strong benefits which support an important specialization, extremely potent when played well. The idea here is that these are some of the top choices and you will be rewarded when you play this class and feel like you are really digging in to what that class has to offer.
A B tier subclass has decent perks which fill an important niche, and the subclass could be S tier in the right campaign. Some of the abilities that it offers might just be a little bit too narrow and aren't broadly applicable in all situations, but if you're playing in a campaign that really rewards that playstyle that the subclass offers, it can be amazing.
When we look at the C tier, this is limited features which rarely come up in play. It doesn't synergize with the base class features. So with C tier, they may offer some options that are really cool, but are hard to use alongside the base class features.
And with the D tier, the features are very seldom useful, or in some cases, the options might be traps, where if you play into what the subclass is offering you, it actually makes you weaker for using those features than if you just ignored them altogether, didn't use them, and just used what you already got from your class.
So we want you to help us out. Make sure to check the description below for the links to fill out the survey and tell us what your thoughts are on all the various subclasses that Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition has to offer. And in the coming months, you're going to see some awesome videos with your points taken into consideration that we're going to look at and analyze.
We're looking forward to all the various ways that Kelly and I might disagree on the various subclasses, and that you as a community can provide some additional insights into how these classes and subclasses work. We're really looking forward to this project and looking forward to working with you and our community in bringing it to life.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time in the dungeon.